Hi guys, welcome to Reinvented. Today we have a guest on the show. Would you like to introduce yourself? Because I forgot to ask your name before I pressed the record button.
That's totally fine. Hi, everybody. My name is Haaj. I'm from New York City. Sorry about that, guys. It's been a crazy day.
Yeah, I have pretty crazy Fridays. But I have sat here all day. I've done nothing. I ordered a coffee today, and I'm just I'm sitting at home.
There you go. There's
So
nothing wrong with a good cup of coffee.
the most craziest thing I did today was organize my bookshelf.
Oh,
Because
man. Watch
I
out,
bought
girl.
I bought more books, and I'm like, I have no room to put them because
Oh,
it's a
my
mess.
gosh.
So I had to organize it. Um,
Okay.
would you like to kind of tell us a little bit about what you do
All right.
and
So,
or your story?
sure. Like I said, my name is Haaj. I'm from New York City. I am a special education teacher. Grades K1 and 2. I love my little babies. They are mostly diagnosed with autism. So a lot of them are nonverbal. A couple of them are high functioning, but they're the sweetest things ever. So I am diagnosed with depression. Um, I was very suicidal a few months ago. Well, let's say about a year ago. But thankfully, now with medication and the right therapy and a really good support system, I have been on the right path, and it's been just the trajectory, gosh, has just been going up in my favor. So it's been good.
Has it been I guess, was it hard at first? That
In
makes any
terms
sense?
of,
Like
I'm sorry.
I guess if that made any sense. Was it I guess
Like,
maybe before medication was it hard?
oh,
I
100%. I mean, there were times where I would wake up and I'm like, I don't want to go to work. Like I just didn't feel like it. I would literally take days off and just be like, I'm sick, and not come into work. Like, that's how bad it would be for me sometimes. And so ever since I've started taking an antidepressant, Lexapro, I mean, it's day and night now. You wouldn't even know that I have depression right now.
And I guess for I guess not wanting to go to work, was it because I guess maybe because of the depression, or was it because of the depression and the um maybe where you were at in your life?
It's also a little bit of where I was at in my life. There was just a lot of stress happening, a lot of responsibilities and all that stuff. But definitely depression played a major role in it, because the way that I was feeling before ever getting diagnosed, I wasn't this way before. And now all of a sudden, I just have all of these thoughts and like these feelings of dread, hatred, self loathe, and just like not liking anything. Even though I liked it, I just was like, "Ugh, I don't want to do it." And that was never like me.
Um, if you don't mind me asking, did something you don't have to go into any detail, did something
Right.
traumatic happen?
Yes. I don't want to go into too much details, but at this point, I don't care. Um, so the end of 2023, an incident happens. And then it was like hot cold situations happening. It was fine, then it wasn't fine. There was a lot of paranoia, to the point where I started becoming paranoid. There was a lot of lying, manipulation, gaslighting. So all of that just made me, I don't want to say lose my mind, but it just got me to the point where I started having a lot of anxiety. I started questioning my own self-worth, because a certain individual would constantly think that I'm doing something wrong, even though I wasn't. They would just play on with certain words and be like, "Oh, well, did you do this? Did you say that?" And I'm like, I didn't say anything, but now I'm questioning myself. Like, did I say something that I wasn't supposed to say? But I know I didn't say it. Things like that. And
Was
it,
it
go ahead.
I was gonna say, was it they were kind of you're like, I didn't say that, but then you're just kind of thinking, did I say something along
Right.
those lines?
Right, right. Like, did I slip and made me say a word or two or a phrase that kind of gave it off? But I know for a fact I was always careful with my words. So it just got to the point where I was starting to like go crazy because I'm constantly overthinking, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, I didn't say anything. What is this?
And I guess, what did you kind of learn, I guess, at the end of it, or I guess maybe the beginning of something new?
Mhm. I guess what I can say is what I learned is it's a their problem. If they're that paranoid, if they have this fear of themselves, and you know that you're not saying anything, but even let's say if you did by accident slip and say something, fine. But if you know that you didn't say anything intentionally or maliciously, then that's in their issue. They shouldn't project their insecurities on you to make you feel bad. But like they say, misery loves company. So that's what happens.
And I mean, I guess like some people say like they're I'm trying to think of the saying. Well, no, I'm forgetting the saying now. I think it was the saying of like they put like, I guess they put their problems on you.
Hmm.
I probably should like Google that because I had it in my head and now I don't.
It's like they're
Uh,
putting their own weight on your shoulders when they
yeah,
shouldn't. Hmm.
yeah, that's the saying. There it is. I was like, I know it's something like that.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Did I guess, oh my god. Um, obviously I've been spacing all week. So
It's all right. It's been a long week. I know.
I've been like sick all week, so I'm just over here like,
Oh.
what was my questions? I guess, did you have a support system that helped you out of it?
Oh my gosh, the best. I really didn't tell my family because they're so old school. So if you tell them something like, "Oh, I'm depressed," they're always going to be like, "Just go outside. Like, you should be lucky you're not depressed. You shouldn't have depression. You know, you have a good job. You have this. You have that." So I didn't tell my family, but my coworkers were great. Like, they would see, they've known me for over a decade at my workplace, and they would be like, "You're not yourself. Like, you used to be this happy person who would like pull pranks on people. You would always come at work smiling even though it's a miserable day. So what's going on?" And I never told anyone because I feel like um some people's privacy should be kept. So I'm like, I'm not going to give you the whole story. All I'm going to say is I'm depressed. I'm going through a lot of stuff and I just need help. And they have been by my side for since the beginning. They've been texting me, they would take me out, they would just give me hard truth. You know, like they'd see me crying, but when they give you tough love, they're only saying it because they love you. It's not like they're saying it because they want to see you get hurt. So they would give me that tough love also. And it took some time, but finally everything just finally just clicked into place, and I'm like, you know what, enough is enough. Like, I'm letting this situation, I'm letting this disease, I'm letting these thoughts take over my mind because of a certain individual. This person started it, my mind is continuing it, yet this is my mind, this is my body, I'm in control of it. I need to take back my autonomy, and I did.
And was that like, I guess, with that tough love, did you,
Mm.
I guess, maybe not like it at first? Like, you're like, why
Oh,
are
of
you telling
course.
me this?
Oh, of course. Like, who is gonna actually be okay with it? Like, everyone's always like, "Yeah, you're against it. You're against me." But then it slowly started sinking in. Like, okay, they're saying it because they truly do care, and they are loyal to me, and they're doing it because they've known me for so long. They know the real me, and they don't want to see me get hurt.
And I guess taking back your autonomy.
Autonomy,
Yeah,
autonomy.
yeah. I was like, I knew I was gonna stutter. Um, was that like, I guess, some like self-reflection?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I had been reading a lot of books. I was looking at like these Reddit things for manifestations and all that stuff as to how you can get things that you want in your life, like, good things. And there was one thing that I would always do right before I go to work. I'd have a little notebook, and I would every day write three things I'm grateful for. And it could be anything, like I'm grateful for having a blanket, or I'm grateful for my cup of coffee in the morning. So those three things just kind of made me see that I should be grateful for these small minor things that other people would die to have. So that helped also.
And at least in my experience, like overcoming, I guess, like a hardship, did you have like one I- it doesn't have to be like weird, like quote unquote weird, but like I guess maybe what other people kind of call um like a weird way to cope with everything, if that made any sense. Like
Yeah.
for me it was like the books I read.
Uh-huh.
Um I can for you it could be something totally different.
hmm For me, it's two things: traveling, and it sounds crazy, but I'm an adrenaline junkie. So anything that's cheating death, I'll do it.
You know, I feel like I hear that a lot with, like, especially with traveling. People are like, I'm just gonna travel. Like
Yeah.
I have a few friends who actually like just travel to different countries like almost every other month,
Mhm.
and I'm like, how?
They'll probably do what I do.
I'm just like
And they probably won't tell you either, because it's like a secret society.
I'll see like on like all my social media, so like, yeah, you know, I went to like Europe and I went to Greece and I was like,
Mhm.
how, where?
Like, how are you getting all of how are you doing this? These are expensive trips that cost thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I'm just like, where is this coming from?
Like, tell us your secrets. Nah, we can't, because then we're gonna have to silence you somehow.
And I'm just like, okay.
But no, yes, traveling actually, because once I was dealing with all of this stuff, I realized how big this world really is, and like I want to see all of this. I've only been on this earth for 38 years, and I've only traveled to a handful of countries. And like I want to see more. I want to experience other stuff. Things that, many people would wish they could, or people that never could in their lifetime. So I was like, you know, let me I've got this one life. I'm still young. My health is still really good. So let me take advantage of it now and like do the crazy hikes. Let me go like swim with sharks and all that stuff while I still can.
And do you have like, I guess, since it being, I mean, I know it's the end of January now,
Mhm.
but do you have any like, I guess like for New Year's resolutions of places you're gonna travel?
I already have one on my bucket list that I'm doing in a couple of weeks. I'm going to Qatar, and I'm going to South Africa. That'll be in 2 weeks. So that's gonna be fun.
It does sound like a lot of fun. I
That's
mean, obviously, I don't know anything really about Qatar except for the World Cup was
the
there
World
what
Cup,
two,
yeah.
yeah, it was like what 2 years ago? What, no, 3 years ago. It's
Uh,
2025.
oh my God, you're right.
Which like the 2 years ago. Well, no, that's not right either. Yeah, is I guess with like the traveling, does it kind of, I guess maybe sometimes during like those harder days, does it like help kind of bring you out of it?
You know what?
I
The
guess it
funny thing, yeah, I know what you mean. The funny thing is, I really don't know, because the first time I traveled solo out of the country, I had a very serious incident happen. So since then, I haven't been traveling solo. This is my first solo travel since last year, and it's going to be a test for me too. We'll see how it is. Luckily, though, last year, this was when I wasn't diagnosed yet with depression. So now that I'm diagnosed, now that I'm on medication, now that I know what was going on with me, this is going to be a test, and I'm pretty sure I'll be okay.
Yeah, as long I think, at least for most people, as long as you're just kind of like staying positive in the
Hmm.
moment,
And just keep in
then you
touch with that the positive support system. And of course I still do, because they said, like, give us your what do you call it, give us your location. And even though there's going to be an 8 or 9 hour difference, at least they can still chat with me and everything. And I'm also doing group tours, which is great because I get to see people, get to meet people from other countries. So it'll be a good time. I'm social. Even though I'm an introvert, I'm still going to be social, and it's the only way for me to like stay busy and like distract my thoughts, but also learn about other people from other countries, meet people, learn new things about them, get ideas
and
for my next trip.
do you do like a, I guess, 'cause I think my friend does the same thing with like group um tours. Do you like, I guess, kind of enjoy meeting new people? I mean,
I
pretty
do.
sure. I
It's
was like,
I do. Honestly, I'm not a people person because I like to keep them to myself. But like if there's another person there, I'm not going to be that awkward person and like say nothing. I'm going to be tempted to say, "Hey, how are you?" We're going to spend the next hour together or the next 12 hours together. I may as well like break the ice and, get to know you a little bit. But I do like it. I do like to learn about other people, things like that.
do you feel like, I guess maybe after that, you're like, since you are an introvert, like your social battery, you're just kind of like, after a minute, you're just like, okay, back to like a hotel room or
Sometimes I'm like that. And then other times I'll just like excuse myself and be like, listen, I just got to make an important phone call, or I'll just say something to give myself like a 20-minute refresh. Like, all right, let me just that was too much. I need to do this and that, breathe, and then I'll go back and talk with him again.
do you ever notice if it's like from people with, I guess, maybe a higher energy to
Oh,
then maybe
yes.
from someone who's like, yes, let's go, and you're just like, hang on.
Yes, that's exactly me. I'm like, wait, 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 hold on one second. I just need to like figure out what's the time, what's the date, what the plan is, because if I don't know all the details just yet, I can't. Like, I need to know. I need a minute.
Well, like, I don't know if you're like me, like where people are just like they try giving you facts, and you're just like, hang on, I need to be there to figure out the facts first before I just let like my anxiety eat me up.
Mm-hmm. That's how I can be. It all depends on where. Like if it's someplace that I know, then I'll be like, yes, let's go. But if it's an unknown place that I'm not too familiar with, that's when I'm gonna be like, all right, I need some more details. Like what is this place and all that stuff.
So we're like, yeah, for at least for me, it's like people are like trying to be like, oh, let's do this, and I'm just like, okay, hang on, let me just Google everything about it,
Exactly.
make
And
sure
that's
it's
exactly
safe.
how I am. Yep, that's exactly how I am. I need to Google everything. What's there? How's the parking? Because that's the most important thing for me. All of that stuff. I can't just go there and then circle around for 20 minutes and then be like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I just wasted 20 minutes of my time.
Well, sometimes at least for me, if I go somewhere like I guess by myself, it's more of like I'm just like I will stand outside for a minute before I contemplate the decision to go
Oh,
inside.
wow.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, do I want to make this conversation awkward or I'm
Oh,
just
no,
like,
for me.
gotta go back in, I gotta go in
Oh
there or
my
get this
gosh.
over
No,
with.
for me, it's either it's gonna happen or it's not happening. There is no contemplating.
I'm just like I'll like stand there a minute and I'll kind of like look awkward even going into food places.
Hmm.
I'm just kind of like I know they have a job to do. I know I have like, I've worked around like in customer service, right? And people are just like I'm just like I make it so awkward. I'm like, but I they do the same thing I've done for years.
Hmm.
And I'm just like I'll go in and get it like a donut or something. I'm just like just walk or pace outside the door. I'm like, okay, I should go inside. I look even weirder.
I'd be like, what's this person doing just walking around, pacing back and forth? Like, do you want the damn donut or not?
I literally go outside. I'm just like, Okay, and especially I don't know why it is, but I do it when it's like an all like like glass like opening, so it's
Oh
like
yeah,
they can see
because
you
and you
and
can
you
see
can.
them, and then when you make eye contact with someone, it gets even more awkward.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, I should like walk inside this building or like.
Yeah, that's my cue. When I make eye contact with someone, I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to do it now.
Yeah, and then I was gonna say for like maybe to finish off, what would do you listen to any like podcasts or any like books maybe you recommend if you don't listen to podcasts very much?
I don't
Or
believe it or not, I don't listen to too many podcasts. There is
neither do I.
one. There's one. It's on YouTube. I don't know the exact name unless it's the same one. It's called The Game Exposed. It's about a woman who talks about narcissists and like the signs of it, what you can do to help yourself, things like that. It's
Yeah.
anyone who's in narcissistic relationships, or even not relationships, maybe even someone in your family is a narcissist. So she is good. I like her stuff.
Is there any,
And I have,
I guess,
go
books
ahead.
wise?
And for
Uh,
books wise, there's actually Matthew Perry's autobiography that I read, his memoir,
I heard
and
that was really good.
it
I
was
read it.
really good. I mean, even though it's more about alcoholism and addiction, it does talk about his depression and just the pain that he went through and all the things that he did to try and get himself better, and all the regrets that he's had and everything that he's grateful for now. So that book, or even if you have the audiobook, I listened to the audiobook, and hearing it from him was like I was bawling. So that's a good book also for anyone going through any type of trauma.
And then I guess to finish off, would is there anywhere I guess maybe people can like find you like social media wise or like a LinkedIn or something?
No, I'm usually on Instagram a lot. So it's instagram.com/Haji, HAAJEE 86. So you'll find me there. You'll see my pranks. You'll see my goofy stuff. You'll see my traveling adventures. And although if you are gonna follow me, just send me a message because it is a private Instagram. And usually I just like I'll add people if they know who I am, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, even though my account's like public, I'm kind of the same way.
Mhm.
It's like I only really follow back people I like really know, and even
Yeah.
then, it's like,
Mhm. So just
but
send a message, and if you say that you saw me on a podcast, I'll accept.
alright. I think we're gonna end here, because I got a few little plans today,
Okay.
which require me to actually leave.
Just don't be awkward.
Um,
You actually have to go inside, okay?
I know I'm just over here like I don't I was having so much fun sitting around too, and I'm just like, now I
I
gotta
know.
get up and go.
Hmm.
But thank you for being on today.
Well, thank you for everything, and I'm so sorry for the delay.
Oh
And
no, it's actually all good. I'm just like, I got time. I didn't have any
okay,
plans. I'm like, I got time. I'll just stay here.
perfect, perfect.
And thank you guys for watching the smallest episode of Reinvented today. Is there anything you want
Bye.
to end off on before I?
Yeah. Just stay happy. Don't let anyone control you. You're in control of your own life, and always pay it forward. You're gonna feel good about it. That's it.
It's a good way to end off. Thank you.
Thank you for everything.